Welcome to another deep dive into the Old Testament.
Yeah.
We're going to be exploring the lives of 10 figures
Okay.
and uncovering some timeless lessons about faith
Right.
and victorious living.
Cool.
So we're going to be looking at Noah, Abraham, Joseph,
Mm-hmm.
Moses, Joshua, Samuel, David,
Yeah.
Elijah, Isaiah, and Daniel.
Wow. That's quite a lineup.
It is quite a lineup.
Yeah.
And we're not just revisiting these as stories, though.
No.
We're going to look at each of these figures
Okay.
as embodying a quality crucial for discipleship.
I like it. A blueprint.
Yeah, like a blueprint for building a strong, vibrant faith.
Absolutely.
And it's not just random chance that we're exploring them in this particular order, right?
Not at all.
There's a reason.
Yeah, the order they appear in the Bible,
Okay.
it reflects a deliberate progression
Okay.
of faith concepts.
I see.
So you can almost picture it like a
Spiritual staircase.
spiritual staircase.
Yeah.
I like that visual.
So starting with Noah,
Okay.
how does he represent that first step on this staircase?
Well, Noah embodies embracing faithful obedience,
Okay.
even when the path ahead is unclear.
Oh, that's good.
He was told to build an ark
Yeah.
when it had never rained before.
Right.
I mean, imagine the level of trust that required.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder what our lives would look like
Yeah.
if we had even a fraction of that kind of trust in
Yeah.
God's instructions.
It's pretty amazing.
It really is.
If you think about it.
Yeah.
Genesis 6.22 simply says, Noah did this.
Okay.
He did all that God commanded him.
Wow.
No questioning,
Yeah.
no hesitation,
Wow.
just pure obedience.
That is profound.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is.
So the first step on our spiritual staircase
Okay.
is that foundation of obedience.
Yes.
Even when it seems illogical or even impossible.
Absolutely.
Where do we go from there?
Well, the next step takes us to Abraham,
Okay.
the father of faith, who exemplifies trusting fully in God's promises,
Okay.
even in the face of the seemingly impossible.
Because Abraham's story
Oh, yes.
is filled with moments where God asked him to do things
Yeah.
that defied all logic.
Right.
Leaving his home,
Absolutely.
believing he'd have a son in his old age.
It's mind-boggling.
It's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
But here's the crucial insight, I think.
What's that?
Abraham's faith wasn't passive.
No.
It wasn't just about believing in God.
Right.
It was about actively stepping out in obedience,
That's a good point.
even when he didn't understand
Yeah.
how God would make it happen.
Exact.
That's a powerful lesson for us.
It really is.
So if Noah teaches us the importance of obedience, Abraham shows us
Yeah.
that true faith requires action.
It does.
It's about taking those leaps of faith,
Yes.
even when we can't see the landing.
That's good.
Right.
Yeah.
So building on this foundation of obedience and trust,
Right.
we meet Joseph, whose story highlights persevering with steadfastness through life's inevitable trials.
Yeah, because Joseph's story is a roller coaster
It is.
of betrayal,
Yeah.
slavery, and false accusations.
It's hard to imagine going through even a fraction of that and not becoming completely jaded.
Right.
But here's the key takeaway.
Okay.
Despite the horrendous things he endured,
Right.
Joseph never lost sight of God's plan.
That's powerful.
Even in prison,
Mm-hmm.
he maintained his integrity
Yeah.
and ultimately rose to a position of power.
That's so encouraging.
It makes you wonder
Glad.
if our perspective on hardship would shift,
Yeah.
if we could truly grasp the idea that God is working things out, even when all we can see is darkness.
It's a good point.
You know.
Yeah.
So we've seen obedience in Noah,
Okay.
radical trust in Abraham,
Mm-hmm.
and now steadfastness in Joseph.
Yep.
What comes next on our spiritual staircase?
Where we move on to Moses, who demonstrates that true freedom comes from aligning ourselves with God's law.
Most people think of Moses,
Yeah.
and they immediately picture the parting of the Red Sea.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It's an incredible display of power.
It is.
But how does that connect to freedom?
Well, you have to think about the context.
Okay.
Moses led the Israelites out of physical slavery in Egypt, but
Right.
true freedom wasn't just about escaping physical bondage.
I see.
It was about embracing God's law as a guide for their lives.
So freedom in this sense isn't about doing whatever we want,
Right.
but about choosing to live according to God's design.
Exactly.
It almost seems counterintuitive.
I know it does.
Right.
It's because we often see rules and laws
Mhm.
as restrictions.
Yeah.
But what if they are actually the key
Yeah.
to a more fulfilling life?
It makes you think about all the times we've chased after things
Yeah.
we thought would bring us freedom,
Right.
only to find ourselves feeling more trapped than ever. So the next level of our spiritual staircase is understanding that true freedom is found in embracing God's law.
That's a good way to put it.
And it makes you realize we need that solid foundation of obedience and trust to grasp that kind of freedom.
That's true.
What's the next step after this?
Building on this concept of freedom, we come to Joshua,
Okay.
who embodies the quality of stepping boldly into the promises God has placed before us.
Because Joshua was Moses' successor, right?
That's right.
He's the one who led the Israelites into the promised land.
He did.
So it wasn't just about leading them into a new land.
No.
It was about having the faith to claim it, to
Yes.
step into the fullness of God's promises.
That's good.
It's easy to talk about faith and trust,
Right.
but actually stepping into a land already occupied
Yeah.
and claiming it as your own,
Yeah.
that's a different level of boldness.
It is.
What's fascinating is that Joshua didn't just wait passively.
He did.
He actively took steps of faith, trusting that God would fight for them and give them victory.
That's so powerful.
So the next step on our spiritual staircase
Yeah.
is about moving from simply believing in God's promises
Right.
to actively stepping into them, even when it seems daunting or impossible.
Absolutely.
Now, once we've learned to obey,
Okay.
trust,
Yeah.
and step out boldly, where do we go from there?
That's where Samuel comes in.
Okay, because Samuel was a prophet, right?
He was. I remember the story of God calling him as a young boy.
Yes.
That always seemed a little strange to me.
Well, Samuel's life highlights the importance of developing a sensitivity to God's voice,
Oh, okay.
learning to distinguish it from all the other voices
All right.
competing for our attention.
That's a skill I think we could all benefit from.
We really could.
It's so easy to get caught up in the noise of the world
It is.
and miss what God is trying to say to us.
It's true.
So Samuel's story encourages us to prioritize stillness.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Time in God's word.
Yes.
It's about cultivating a space
Yeah.
where we can truly hear him.
That's good.
So this step on our spiritual staircase
Okay.
is about tuning into God's voice
Mm-hmm.
and then responding to his guidance.
Right.
It makes sense that this step comes after the steps of obedience, trust, and boldness.
It does, because we need that foundation
Yeah.
to be able to discern God's voice and then
Right.
to have the courage to follow his leading.
This spiritual staircase is starting to feel less like a climb
Oh, yeah.
and more like an incredible adventure.
I like that.
Who's next on our journey?
Next, we encounter King David,
Okay.
a man after God's own heart, who teaches us the importance of cultivating a heart that seeks God in all circumstances.
David is certainly one of the most well-known figures in the Old Testament.
He is.
The shepherd boy turned king, slayer of giants,
Yeah.
writer of Psalms.
Yeah,
His life was anything but boring.
that's for sure.
And while David certainly had his flaws,
Yeah. He did.
his life is a testament to the power of seeking God wholeheartedly.
Absolutely.
He made his share of
He
mistakes,
did.
but always seemed to find his way back to God.
That's the key takeaway from David's life.
Yeah. What is that?
It's not about being perfect.
Okay.
It's about having a heart that's always turning back to God,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what we've done
Right.
or where we find ourselves.
That's good.
Yeah.
So this step on the staircase is about that ongoing pursuit of God.
Yes.
Not just in the good times,
Yes.
but especially when we've messed up
Yeah.
or feel far from him.
That's so important.
It feels like a natural progression from learning to listen to God's voice.
It does.
The more we hear him,
Yeah,
the more we want to seek him.
absolutely.
I'm really eager to hear about the next figure on our list.
Okay.
Who are we diving into next?
Next, we encounter Elijah, a prophet known for his boldness and unwavering faith.
Okay.
He embodies standing firm in true worship,
All right.
even when faced with opposition.
Elijah's story is filled with those dramatic showdowns,
It is.
like the contest on Mount Carmel.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to imagine having that kind of courage to stand against the tide.
I know.
Elijah lived in a time when idolatry was rampant,
It was.
yet he remained completely devoted to the one true God,
He did.
even when it meant going against powerful enemies.
Powerful enemies.
It makes you wonder if our worship would be different if we viewed it as a matter of conviction
Yeah.
rather than convenience.
What do you think?
I think that's a really profound question.
It is.
Elijah's story challenges us to examine our own hearts
Absolutely.
and ask ourselves if we're willing to stand firm in our worship,
Mm-hmm.
even when it's costly.
even when it's costly.
So this step on our spiritual staircase
All right.
is about that unwavering commitment to true worship,
Yeah,
even when it's unpopular or even dangerous.
that's right.
It takes real courage to stand up for what we believe in,
It does.
especially when everyone else seems to be going in a different direction.
Absolutely.
It's amazing how these figures, separated by centuries,
Yeah.
are all connected by this thread of courage.
I know, it's incredible.
It takes guts to obey God,
It does.
to trust Him, to step out in faith, and now to stand firm in our worship,
Right.
even when others oppose us.
Powerful stuff.
Okay, before we get too carried away,
Uh-huh.
who's our next hero of faith?
Next, we have Isaiah,
Okay,
the prophet, known for his pronouncements and insights into God's plan.
okay.
He embodies proclaiming God's plan of redemption with hope and confidence.
Isaiah's prophecies about the coming Messiah
Oh, yeah.
are some of the most well-known passages in the Old Testament.
They are.
What makes his story particularly relevant for us today?
Well, Isaiah lived during a time of intense turmoil and uncertainty.
Okay.
But in the midst of chaos, he spoke words of hope and comfort,
Yeah.
pointing people towards God's plan of salvation.
It's one thing to have hope
Right.
when everything is going well, but it's quite another to hold on to it
Yeah.
when the world seems to be falling apart.
That's the challenge, isn't it?
That's precisely what makes Isaiah's story so powerful.
It is.
His unwavering faith allowed him to speak boldly and confidently, even when those promises seemed distant.
That's encouraging.
So this next step on our staircase
Okay.
is about becoming a beacon of hope
Yeah.
in a world that desperately needs it.
It does.
It's about sharing God's love and truth with those around us.
It's about being ambassadors of God's grace.
This spiritual staircase is really painting a beautiful picture of what it
Yeah.
means to live a life of faith.
Absolutely.
It's about obedience, trust,
Yeah.
courage, and a willingness to share God's love with the world,
Beautiful.
who is our final hero of faith.
Finally, we come to Daniel,
Okay.
a man known for his unwavering integrity and devotion to God.
All right.
He embodies maintaining steadfast loyalty to God,
Okay.
especially in the face of adversity.
Daniel and the lion's den.
Oh, yes.
That's one of those stories that just sticks with you.
It does.
It's a powerful image of faith under pressure.
It is.
Daniel faced incredible opposition throughout his life,
He did.
from being exiled
Yeah.
to being thrown to the lions for simply praying to God.
Wow.
Yet he remained unwavering in his loyalty.
That's powerful.
He refused to compromise his beliefs, even when his life was on the line.
It's inspiring.
It's a good reminder
What's that?
that choosing to follow God doesn't necessarily make life easier,
No, it doesn't.
but it does equip us
Yeah,
to face whatever comes our way.
it does.
Daniel's story is an inspiration to stand firm in our convictions,
Oh, salute.
even when we face opposition.
That's right.
This final step on our spiritual staircase feels like the culmination of all the other qualities we've discussed.
It does.
It's about taking those lessons of obedience, trust,
Yeah.
boldness, and perseverance,
Yeah.
and applying them in the face of real opposition.
That's a good point.
It's about having a faith that's unshakable, a loyalty to God
Yeah,
that transcends circumstances.
that's good.
Wow, what a powerful journey this has been.
I know, it's amazing.
We've climbed this spiritual staircase,
Yeah.
meeting 10 incredible heroes of faith along the way.
It's inspiring, isn't it?
And we've seen how their lives illustrate
Yeah.
10 essential qualities for living a life of faith and victory.
That's right.
And these qualities aren't just for figures in the Bible.
No, they're not.
They offer practical guidance for living victoriously today,
Yeah.
no matter what challenges we face.
Absolutely.
It's so encouraging to know
I know.
that these ancient stories
Yeah.
are still relevant for us today,
We really are.
offer timeless wisdom,
Yeah,
and can help us navigate the complexities of modern life.
that's so true.
So we've explored the why behind these qualities. Now,
Exactly.
how do we practically apply them in our everyday lives?
That's a great question.
It is.
And it's what we'll be exploring next.
It is. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
So we spent some time exploring these 10 qualities exemplified by these Old Testament figures.
Yeah.
But how do we make these ancient stories relevant to our modern lives?
Right.
How do we actually put these qualities into practice?
It's one thing to be inspired by these grand narratives, but quite another to translate that inspiration
Yeah.
into practical everyday actions.
Exactly. It feels a little daunting, to be honest.
Yeah.
Where do we even begin?
Well, our source material provides some excellent practical steps
Okay.
that we can implement.
Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Lay it on me.
Right.
What's the first step?
The first step is to start each day with prayerful dependence on God.
Prayerful dependence.
Yeah.
That sounds simple enough, but I think we can all fall into the trap of going through the motions with prayer.
I know what you mean.
So what does true prayerful dependence look like?
Well, let's think about Noah.
Okay.
He was given a task that seemed completely illogical.
Right, building a massive ark when it had never rained.
Exactly. He had no idea what he was doing.
Yeah.
But he relied on God's instructions every step of the way.
So it's about acknowledging that we need God's guidance.
Yes.
Not just in the big decisions.
Right.
But in every aspect of our lives.
It's about recognizing that we can't navigate life on our own.
Right.
We need God's wisdom, His strength, His grace to face whatever the day throws at us.
It's almost like inviting God to be our co-pilot.
Yeah.
Helping us navigate all those unexpected twists and turns.
I love that analogy.
And as we spend time in prayer each day, it's helpful to reflect on the qualities of those heroes of faith we've been discussing.
Yeah.
Their obedience, their trust, their perseverance.
Absolutely.
We can ask God to help us develop those same qualities in our own lives.
It's a great way to start the day.
Okay, so step one is starting each day with prayerful dependence. Recognizing that we need God's help in all things.
Yes.
What's the next step on this journey towards practical application?
The next step is to reflect on God's promises and live boldly in faith.
Live boldly.
Yeah.
That sounds a little more challenging than simply starting the day with prayer.
It can be.
Yeah.
But think about Abraham.
Okay.
He was promised descendants as numerous as the stars, even though he and Sarah were way past childbearing age.
Right. It defied all logic and reason.
It did.
But Abraham chose to believe God.
He didn't let his circumstances or his doubts get in the way.
He just went for it.
He did.
And that's the challenge for us.
Yeah.
To hold on to God's promises, even when they seem far-fetched or impossible.
Especially when they seem far-fetched or impossible.
It's easy to believe when things are going well.
Right.
But what about those times when it feels like God's promises are taking forever to come to pass?
Yeah.
How do we live boldly when we're facing obstacles or setbacks?
That's where the boldly part comes in.
Okay.
It's about choosing to trust God's timing, His plan, even when we don't understand it.
Okay.
It's about taking those steps of faith, even when we're afraid or unsure.
So it's not about ignoring our doubts or pretending everything is fine.
No.
It's about choosing to trust God's faithfulness, even when we're struggling.
That's a good way to put it.
It's about acknowledging our fears, but not allowing them to cripple us.
Yeah.
It's about saying, God, I don't know how you're going to do this.
Right.
But I trust that you will.
Powerful stuff.
Step two is definitely a challenge.
Yeah.
But it's also incredibly empowering.
It is.
It's about taking ownership of our faith and choosing to live boldly, trusting that God's promises will be fulfilled in His time.
Absolutely.
What's the final step?
The final step is to stand firm in worship and gratitude, despite opposition.
Stand firm in worship. That's an interesting concept.
Yeah.
What does that look like in a practical sense?
Think about Daniel.
Okay.
He was literally thrown into a den of lions for praying to God.
Right. And even when facing death, he didn't waver in his worship.
He didn't.
It's almost like he was saying, no matter what happens, my heart will always be turned towards God.
Powerful image.
We're called to cultivate that same kind of unwavering devotion to God.
We are.
To make worship a non-negotiable part of our lives.
Yeah.
Even when it's inconvenient or unpopular or even dangerous.
That's right.
That's quite a challenge, especially in today's world.
It is.
Why is worship so important?
Oh,
What difference does it make, especially when we're facing difficult circumstances?
worship has the power to shift our perspective.
Okay.
When we focus on God's greatness, we're reminded that He's in control.
Right.
It allows us to experience His peace and strength even in the midst of a storm.
So it's not about pretending that everything is fine,
No.
but rather choosing to acknowledge God's goodness and power,
Yes.
even when things are falling apart around us.
And gratitude plays a vital role in this.
Okay.
When we choose to focus on what we're thankful for,
Yeah.
it changes our whole outlook.
Hmm.
It helps us to see God's hand at work, even in the midst of difficult situations.
This final step is so powerful. It's about cultivating a heart of worship that is not dependent on our circumstances,
Right.
but rooted in our unshakable faith in God.
It's about making a conscious choice to praise God and acknowledge His goodness no matter what we're going through.
These three steps are so simple yet profound.
I know.
They're not complicated formulas or elaborate rituals, but rather foundational practices that can radically transform our daily lives.
They are accessible to anyone regardless of background or current level of faith.
As we wrap up this section on practical application,
Okay.
what's one key takeaway you want our listeners to remember?
I want them to remember that living victoriously isn't about striving for an unattainable level of perfection.
Okay.
It's about embracing those simple everyday practices.
Right.
It's about starting each day with prayerful dependence, living boldly in faith, and standing firm in worship and gratitude.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's about taking those small, consistent steps that over time lead to a life transformed by faith. You know, it's incredible how these seemingly ancient stories have so much to say to us today.
I know, it's really amazing.
We've explored these 10 qualities, and it's clear they're not just for some distant biblical heroes.
No, they're not.
They're for all of us right here, right now.
Absolutely.
I mean, these weren't superhuman figures.
Right.
These were ordinary people who chose to follow God, even when it was hard.
Right.
Even when it didn't make sense.
Even when it seemed impossible.
Their stories are meant to encourage us, to show us that we too are capable of extraordinary things when we partner with God.
I love that.
We've talked about the qualities themselves and even explored some practical ways to apply them to our lives.
Right.
But what's the overall message you think we should take away from this deep dive?
You know, the closing message in our source material really struck me.
Okay.
It emphasized that these figures were transformed by their commitment to God, and they became part of his grand story. And you know, that's true for us as well.
Yeah.
We're not just passive observers. We're active participants in God's unfolding plan.
So it's not just about personal growth or individual achievement.
No.
It's about joining God in his mission to bring light and hope to the world.
That's exactly it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We're each equipped and called and empowered to make a difference, to be agents of change in our families, our communities, and the world around us.
I love that.
It's both humbling and exciting to think that we have a part to play.
It is.
In something so much bigger than ourselves.
Yeah.
As we wrap up this incredible deep dive,
Okay.
what's one final challenge or encouragement you would give to our listener?
You know, I would encourage you to reflect on which of these 10 qualities resonates most strongly with you right now.
Okay.
Maybe it's Noah's obedience, Abraham's trust, or Daniel's steadfast loyalty.
Right.
Whichever quality speaks to you, just ask God to help you cultivate it in your own life.
I love that it's about taking everything we've explored and personalizing it, finding that one specific area where we want to grow, and asking God to meet us there.
As we allow these stories to shape our hearts and our actions, we'll find ourselves becoming more and more like the heroes of faith who have gone before us.
This deep dive has been incredible.
It has.
It's challenged me, inspired me, and given me some practical tools to take my faith to the next level.
It's been a joy exploring these stories with you.
And to you, listener, keep diving deep, keep seeking truth, and keep living out your faith in bold and beautiful ways.
Absolutely.
Until next time.